The best old-time radio from people you trust. The Radio Nostalgia Network, where the oldies are still young.
In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in.
Voices from the grave. Voices from the grave.
The Parson by David Varela.
Reverend Stokes.
Well, Bishop, thank you for seeing me.
Not at all, my boy. Have a seat, have a seat. Look at you. That's quite a tan you have.
It wasn't all sunbathing.
No, indeed not. Peculiar region over there. Never seem happy unless there's a civil war on.
The people I saw weren't very happy about it.
No. I've had a chat with Dr. Hanwell. She says the nightmares are still troubling you.
A little.
And your nerves?
I'm fine, really.
Oh, there's no shame in it, Martin. Even the strongest of us can be shaken by the ugliness of mankind. And it sounds like you've seen more than most.
I just need some peace and quiet, that's all.
Exactly. And a parish has just come up which would be perfect for you. A charming village called Chapworth in Leicestershire. Thatched cottages, 2 pubs, and a rather lovely 17th century chapel and vicarage. Wonderful gargoyles.
Sounds beautiful.
It's always been one of my favourite stops when I'm doing my episcopal rounds. A real farming community. Even the vicarage has a chicken coop. Bernie Mattock was there for 30 years, but he passed away last week. I thought of you immediately.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, it should be just the place for you to gather yourself. And there's not a war or a witch doctor in sight.
Well, the witch doctors were the most civilised people out there.
So, are you willing to take this on, sir?
Yes.
Excellent. They're keen to get someone installed before Easter. It's a rather important weekend in the local calendar, so you'd better pack your case tonight. I believe they're planning a reception for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you. Welcome to this very special Good Friday Parish Council meeting. I'm glad to see so many of you could make it. No doubt you're all very keen to have a look at our new vicar, who's made it here just in time for bottle kicking. So, may I present the Reverend Martin Stokes.
Thank you. I look forward to meeting you all in person later.
Yes, we do have rather a packed agenda this evening, so I'll press on to item 1, the bottle kicking service. Now, Sue Barnes and Mary Dunmore have agreed to supply the flowers once again, so a big thank you to them. It's always such a beautiful display. The hare pie is being prepared by Amy Wilcox. Yes. With hares caught by Sid Barnes, and I'm sure it will be as delicious as ever.
I'm sorry, hare pie?
Yes, the pie. It's all part of the bottle-kicking tradition. Giant hare pie is baked, then blessed by the vicar, and distributed to the poor. I thought the bishop would have told you.
No, sorry to interrupt.
Anyway, that's the service on Monday morning. Now to item 2. The police and ambulance provision for the bottle kicking itself. The police are refusing to enter the field again, but they're providing 4 officers for crowd control at the Bull and the Burton Arms. St John's Ambulance are sending 2 teams, and this year we have the helicopter ambulance on standby too, which should be a treat for all the kiddies.
No, sorry to butt in again, but ambulances? What do we need ambulances for?
Well, it can get a little rough out there. Shall we discuss this afterwards?
I'm sorry, but is it violent, this bottle kicking?
The bishop really hasn't briefed you at all, has he? Right, how to explain bottle kicking? Yes, Randall.
If I might speak, Mr. Cole.
Yes.
Bottle kicking goes back 1,000 years. It's a match between Chapworth and Gormin, that's the next village. And we have it on the church's land, just up on the hill there, every Easter Monday. Now, each village fights to get the bottle, that's like a small barrel of beer, to their end of the field. And Chapworth has won it for the last 8 years.
Yes, largely down to Randall's efforts. Thank you, Randall.
Thank you.
So, that's the security side of things. Now, on to the schedule. The marching band will start at the church at 10 a.m, heading up to the village...
Randall, when you say fights, do you mean fights?
It's just horseplay, really. Fatalities are very rare.
I don't think I quite understand. It's a public fight in a field?
I know to people outside the village it can seem a little peculiar, but...
Yes, sorry, you're right. I'm new. Carry on.
Right. So, the parade starts at 10 and reaches the bull at 10:30, where the
Is there blood?
I'm sorry?
Blood? Is there bloodshed? I just want to know what we're talking about.
There are always cuts and bruises, yes.
Reverend Stokes, begging your pardon, sir, but...
Sid, yes.
Bottle kicking's been going since the Doomsday Book, see? Reverend Maddock never had a problem with it.
Well, I'm not Reverend Maddock. I'm just a little concerned. Fighting over beer in a field.
It's very popular with the rugby boys.
Well, can't we just share out the pie and celebrate Easter in peace?
That's not the way we do things, Reverend.
Well, it's just that in my experience, violence can never be justified. Never. I think perhaps we should try something different this Easter.
Reverend. Maybe you should see what you think after this year, instead of rushing into a decision.
I'm sorry if you've made plans, but I'd prefer it if it didn't go ahead. I mean, the pie sounds like a fine idea, but not the fighting.
What?
Reverend Stokes,
I know, I'm sorry, but there's no need for... Come on, then. Come on. Come on.
Reverend Stokes, it's the bishop for you.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. C.
I'll feed the chickens.
Hello, Bishop.
Martin, what on earth are you playing at? You haven't been there 5 minutes and I'm already getting complaints. Couldn't you have been a little more amenable on your first day?
I know. I'm terribly sorry.
I give you a plum parish and this is how you thank me. Banning bottle kicking.
Well, I appreciate what you've done, I do, but there's enough conflict in the world without the church endorsing it.
Well, you've certainly got a conflict on your hands now.
I didn't mean to cause trouble, I just... Why do people need to be so violent?
You can't change human nature, Martin. Not on your first day, anyway. These folk don't like strangers telling them what to do, so be careful. Very careful.
I will be. Happy Easter, Bishop.
And you.
Hello? Who's that? Somebody there?
Demands blood.
What? Who's there? Who is that? Hello? Hello? Ah, Randall and Sid, isn't it?
Reverend, and this is Joseph Dunmore, Mary's husband.
Pull up a pew.
No thanks. I won't mince words, Reverend. Bottle kicking. You can't stop it.
It has to happen, Reverend. It has to.
The local economy here, see? We depends on it. The pubs always do well. It's bigger than Christmas.
And the village museum? Mr. Cole gets more visitors at bottle kicking than rest of the year put together.
It's our chance to show off the village. Every year, after bottle kicking, house prices round here jump. English tradition, beer and bunting, it's disappearing, Reverend, and it's what people want. Thousands come and see it.
I'm really very sorry.
But the land...
Quiet, Joseph.
He needs to understand, Randall. He won't budge, see? Tell him. Go on.
All right. This might sound a little odd to you, Reverend, but my family has farmed this valley longer than anyone can remember. Sids and Josephs and all.
50 generations.
Are you talking, or am I?
Sorry.
Fact is, round Chapworth is some of the best farmland in the county. Over that hill, yields drop by half. Half! That's crops and animals and all.
It's bottle kicking, that's what does it.
In a way, Joseph, in a way. Look, last time we didn't have bottle kicking. We had foot and mouth.
Yeah, so we
and
did.
time before
So we
that,
did.
were 100 years ago, and we got potato blight.
And you think there's a connection?
Can't just be coincidence, Reverend.
My stock have been looking jumpy ever since last night. They're rushing about all over.
Bottle kicking is what sets Chapworth apart.
We need it.
The land demands it.
Joseph, you weren't sneaking around here last night, were you?
No.
I've made my position clear, gentlemen. I don't think we need bottle kicking. I honestly believe we'd be better off without it.
Well then, we'll be on our way. But if you want to stay in this village, Reverend, you'll need to change your attitude.
I know it's not the best of starts, but I just want to make Chapworth as perfect and peaceful as possible.
Peace comes from strength, not cowardice.
So says every dictator.
This isn't over yet. Come on.
Oh, Reverend Stokes, the phone's been ringing off the hook. The Bishop called again, and the Arbor Mail are writing a feature. The national papers have been after you too. You were all over Richard and Judy.
Don't worry, Mrs. Cameron. It'll soon blow over.
I've never known anything like it. You, don't think, perhaps, that it might be best if you just let the boys get on with it on Monday?
I don't think so, Mrs. C, but, thank you for the advice. I'm going to turn in, if you don't mind. I have to be up early for service tomorrow.
Right you are. I didn't mean to interfere. You can't blame an old woman for worrying. Now, are you all right in that bedroom of yours? I know it takes a while to get comfortable somewhere new.
It's fine.
Because if you're not sleeping, I could let you borrow some of my tablets if you, I'm sorry. I heard that you'd had trouble sleeping in the past. The Bishop, you can't keep a secret long in Chapworth. What happened to you out there?
Well, nothing happened to me. I just saw too much and didn't do enough.
I'm keeping you from your bed. I'll be off.
Well, thanks. Oh, and before you go, did you happen to hear anything strange outside last night?
Strange?
Sort of, scraping sound.
No. Oh, that'll be the foxes. Oh, they do make a racket. It's the time of year for 'em, you see.
Foxes, yes. Well, that must be it.
I'll be over the road if you need anything. Sleep well.
Who's that? Show yourself. I'm not scared, you know. I'll call the police. Don't just hide out there.
Parson,
Oh,
be still.
what? How did you get in here?
My name is Obadiah Bassett. I am Ned Barnes, Herod Dunmore.
How did you...
We come and go as we wish. That's right.
Hang on. Did you say your name was Bassett?
Young Randall is my blood.
Joseph is mine.
And Sid?
Barnes, through and through.
Yeah, but this is consecrated land. If you are what you say you are, I cast you out in the name of God Almighty. I banish you from this place. I banish you.
Banish us. We were here before God knew this village existed.
Old as the hills.
You can't dismiss us with a few words and a cross of wood. Ancient powers, Parson. Neither God nor death can stop us. Our bodies may have rotted, but our scythes and our sickles are still sharp. Bottle kicking will happen, Parson. Your only choice is whether you watch it from your side of the veil or from ours.
Think on, Parson.
The land demands blood.
You have until tomorrow night. Change your mind, or we'll be back for you. All of us.
Mrs. Cameron, what is it?
Oh, Reverend! The church! Come down! The church!
Okay, I'm coming. Just 1 second.
Oh, Lord, protect us. God and all his saints, have mercy.
What's happened? What's wrong?
The church wall. Look.
Oh, good God.
Graffiti on a church. And they must have done it in broad daylight. The paint's still wet. Look.
Mrs. Cameron, it isn't paint.
Oh, my. And the smell. Reverend.
No, it's just a bit of shock.
The message is bad enough. Be gone or be buried. On Easter Sunday, too. I have to wash my hands.
No, just try to clean the wall as best you can.
Me? But I'm not sure
No,
that
please.
Reverend Stokes, I'm a housekeeper, not a...
Do it. I have to get ready for this morning's service. It's a big day. We can't give in to this. We can't.
Shall I call police?
No.
But shouldn't we find out who did it?
I don't think the police can help us now.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, please be seated. England's green and pleasant land. And when Blake wrote those words, I'm sure he was imagining thatched cottages, friendly pubs, the village fete in summer, a land very much like Chapworth. Now, as some of you know, I spent years working overseas, seeing life in very different lands, lands where evil has been allowed to triumph. Now, those lands are anything but pleasant, though once they were as peaceful and as prosperous as the England of Blake's imagination. So why did they change? What turns a place from pleasantness to wickedness? Modern life, you may say. Newcomers, a loss of tradition, you might well say that. But I have learned a great deal about the nature of evil. In all the countries I've been to, in all the civil wars and massacres I've seen, the causes have never been modern. They're ancient. Old grudges, long-standing feuds, a belief that one group has a prior claim on another's property. And all too often, in a bid to hang on to their land, people sacrifice what made it pleasant. Land is just dirt. It isn't worth fighting over, no matter how old or valuable that dirt may seem. And what is important is peace. And for all its women's groups and flower arrangements, Chapworth has not been at peace for many, many years. Now, I'm sure you all saw the wall outside this morning. Regrettably, a campaign of intimidation has been run against me since the day I arrived here, blackmailing me into allowing violence and evil to maintain their grip on this village. I have seen what violence can do to a community, and I cannot stand aside this time. Those who witness evil, who allow it to happen, become corrupted by it. Even if they start with noble intentions, the evil takes control of them eventually. So whatever consequences I might face, whatever the personal risks, whatever the stigma or the danger, for the sake of Chapworth, bottle kicking will not go on. Please stand for hymn number 278.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very, very nice to see you. No, good. Thank you. Very brave. Thank you.
Reverend?
Joseph, didn't expect to see you here.
I had to hear it with my own ears. I hope you're proud of yourself. You've taken away my livelihood. My Mary will never do the flowers for you again.
You've condemned every man and woman in this village to poverty.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm sure the yields will be just as good.
What do you know about it, eh?
Calm down, Sid. Joseph, go back home. Mary's waiting for you.
Calm down. He's ruined us.
Not yet.
Lovely sermon, Reverend. Very eloquent. But there's still another day between now and bottle kicking. And another night. Who knows if you'll even be here come morning.
Well, there's no need for threats, Randall. That's exactly what I want to avoid.
I'm not threatening. I'm just saying you may see this whole business differently by daybreak. God bless.
No. Banner Tanta, something. God, what was it? Bloody owl.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day.
That's right, Parson. On your knees.
Are you too scared to face me alone?
50 generations of farmers and farmhands behind me, and I'm the one who's scared.
You can't bully this village anymore, Obadiah.
How will you stop me? Holy water. Was that your plan?
I had faith.
Aaron, show the parson how sharp you keep that sickle. Aye.
Stop him!
Where will you hide? There are no walls to us, no barriers, no fear. Death, which beyond all that. Dying, though, that's painful.
Please. Such an apt hiding place. You're right to be afraid. Herod here has a vicious streak.
Open wide, Parson.
Tell him to turn the other cheek so you can match him up.
The pain real enough for you, Parson. Starting to believe in the power of the land.
The land demands blood.
That's right. And tonight it shall have plenty of it. Your milksop God will not save you, Parson.
I know he won't, but this will.
A chicken. You can't defeat 1,000 years of blood with a chicken.
There are many ways of driving out evil spirits. Ataya wana dedu. Ataya wana dedu.
What's he doing? Obadiah?
Tanda bancha. Atea tanda bancha. Atea banda wana dedu. Atea banda wana dedu.
Stop it now.
Atea banda wana dedu.
What's happening?
Atea banda wana dedu. Atea banda wana dedu. Atea bancha. Atea bancha. Atea bancha wana dedu.
Ned, no! Don't listen to it! It's a trick! It must be!
Atea bancha wana dedu. Atea bancha wana dedu. Atea bancha. Atea bancha. Atea bancha. Atea bancha. Atea bancha. Obadiah Bassett, leave this world. I cast you out. This is my
There you go. Cheers.
Thank you, Bishop.
Never seen this place so quiet on an Easter Monday. It's rather nice, actually.
Well, it suits me.
I don't think they'll miss bottle kicking too much. I was talking to Bill, the landlord, and he said that all the mess and bother was never worth the money anyway.
I'm sure he's right.
Mind you, with all the reporters and television crews sniffing around, Chatworth's had more exposure than ever. Mr. Coyle said the museum's been packed.
Well, that's good.
You don't seem yourself, Martin. I'd have thought you'd be delighted with how it's all turned out.
Not without sacrifices.
Yes. I just hope your face heals soon. The cameras are waiting. Your stand on bottle kicking has raised the profile of the whole church. Items on the news, debates on the radio. People are starting to respect the power of prayer again.
Some prayers are more powerful than others.
Well, I don't know what prayers you've been saying, but they seem to have been answered. Just look at this village now. The people are happy, the sun's in the sky, peace reigns supreme, and all thanks to you.
I found that peace comes from strength, Bishop. And I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
In The Parson by David Varela. Martin Stokes was played by Mark Baisley, Mrs. Cameron by Lynn Verrill, and Bishop Milcock by Geoffrey Beavers. Randall and Obadiah were played by Wayne Foskett, Sid and Ned Stephen Hogan, and Joseph, Herod and Derek by Gerard McDermott. The director was Luke Frail.